Hey everybody, this is Vet, and I was getting on here to talk about what it's like to have a daughter that's paranoid schizophrenic, and how it drastically changed my whole life. I'm a loctician by trade, cosmetologist, educator, and I could think back to times when um, I was working in the shop, and she was diagnosed around COVID time, and so it was crazy. But she would scream and cry and holler, and I had to take her to the shop with me because I couldn't leave her at home because at the time she was suicidal, and it was very stressful, very stressful. Um, I'll tell you the truth, I actually developed anxiety behind her being diagnosed and her being sick. I suffer from anxiety now. Restless, I can't barely sleep. But I could think back when she was first diagnosed, how she would be fearful, and she would have to sleep in my bed for weeks at a time. She would think somebody was outside. She hear voices and see things. And for a mama or a mother, excuse me, it's devastating. It's devastating to realize that your daughter or any child, you know what I'm saying, who you carried for 9 months, can become a stranger. Um, can be healthy and normal one moment, and their life can completely change. I don't really have talk to too many people about what I'm going through, or it is not because nobody's, you know what I'm saying, to talk to or whatever the case may be. But sometimes you can talk to people and they really don't have the words. They don't understand. You know what I'm saying? I was talking to my mom and I was trying to explain to her, I was going through, you know, to see my daughter completely change. She's 26 years old, and I have to instruct her to bathe, and these are things, brush her teeth. She's so consumed with the thoughts and the everyday drama that's unfolding in her mind that everyday necessities go undone if nobody's staying on top of it. But yeah, like I was saying, I was talking to my mom, and kind of conversation didn't go the way I wanted it to, because I needed somebody to just listen to me, somebody to understand what I was feeling as a mother, seeing their child suffer and can't do anything but just try to make her as comfortable as possible and ride the storm out with her. So anyway, I was talking to her, and I was telling her some things that had taken place, and so she was like, "Hey, is Jay around?" That's my daughter. Sorry, I shouldn't probably mention her name, but anyway. So she was concerned, um, that my daughter would hear what I was saying, but it wasn't nothing negative. I was just kind of telling her the things that we was experiencing, and it bothered me because I needed somebody to hear me and understand my pain and suffering, because there's no real help for mothers, parents that are suffering or that are engaging as caregivers for their children that are suffering from mental illness. Like there's not a group or a place for her other than a mental hospital or facility. And she's been there, and she wasn't treated so well. So, and I know they're not always the safest place to send your children. You know, my daughter had developed some side effects from the medication, and so, you know, it's a struggle trying to figure out what to do. I'm sorry, try not to cry. It'd be a struggle trying to, you know what I'm saying, make the best choices for her. Her dad is not around. He could be. You know what I'm saying? He does call. You know, well, not to even bash her daddy, because that's not what this is about. But I'll say his presence is missed. And she needs more of it. But you know, it's difficult trying to make decisions on your own, trying to determine what's best for somebody else. Should you give medication? Should you not? What if this medication fails, and what if it causes more harm than good? And that has happened. And you know, so I was trying to explain to my mom. Let me get some tissue. Trying to explain to her how I was feeling, you know, as a mother, seeing your child suffering. And I didn't find the comfort that I needed. And she didn't mean no harm. It's her granddaughter, you know. And sometimes you appear strong to other people, and you don't be. You just weathering the storm, you know what I'm saying? You just enduring. You are playing the hand that you have and making the best out of what you got. And yeah, stuff like that. But yeah, I'm a loctician by trade, cosmetologist. I've been a loctician for over 20 plus years. I teach locks. I teach not just locks, but I teach education of healthy hair and locks on the scalp. I'm sorry. And so I had to take her, you know, to the shop a lot with me just to keep her safe. And I had to explain a lot of times to clients when she would scream out or what she was going through. And I actually just went through, I had so much anxiety, and I went through so many different feelings and emotions. You know what I'm saying? I went through anger. I went through, like I was grieving. Like I had lost my child. You know what I'm saying? I got this. My baby's broken, and I love her. And when you love somebody and you just want to help them, you just want to make sure that everything is all right. You know what I'm saying? I would just want to hold her sometimes, you know, hug her. Sometimes she won't let you hug her and hold her. Sometimes she just want to be left alone. And yeah, but I remember, you know, like I would have to chase her sometime, y'all, down the street and run out the shop and chase her because she's like, they just told me I had to leave. And you're like, God, no, you ain't got to leave. And she like, you know, the voices was telling her she had to leave. And so she would take off running. And I'll have to leave and explain to my clients. And I got some really good clients. Excuse me, I don't mean to, I'm just in tears. This is an emotional thing for me. But I got some, like I said, really good clients, and they understood and they stuck with me, helped me. They know my daughter very well, and they supported me through all of this. So thanks, shout out to my clients who, just stuck with me in the rough times. Even when I had to leave the shop and go home and work because situations just got rough, and I lost a lot of walk-in business and clients because I had to come home and work, things like that. But it's okay because we're surviving. We have survived that part of the storm. She's much better now, you know what I'm saying? She's still hearing voices, and she still has her auditory hallucinations at times. And just last night, she was having a situation about 3 o'clock in the morning, and my son had to go to work. And it was a situation. But, I think what we have, as most people have of color, and just most people in general, have learned to survive and adapt to trauma, live through surviving, through making the best of. And so, I have tried to come up, with the best way to handle the situations when she's having a episode or she's in a mood, per se. We all pitch in, my son, myself, and sister, my niece, my other son, or younger son. We all try to help as much as we can, as much as she would allow us to, should I say. Because anybody know my daughter knows she's my daughter, and so she got a mind of her own, and she don't always want your help, or will, or feel like she need it. But so I'll just say, it's my son coming in the middle. I'll just say that it is a hard road, but it's a necessary road. It's bittersweet, you know what I'm saying? It's my daughter. Like, I'll lay down my life for her. I give up my life. I'll do what I need to do to make sure that she has a better one. And sometimes you just want to just lay your head on your mama's shoulder, and you just want to tell your best friend or your significant other everything that's going on. You don't really want, you just want somebody to listen. And so that's what I hope y'all will be for me, a place where I can come and just, share my feelings and my day-to-day moments, my highs, my lows, my goods, my bads. Maybe one day she'll get on and y'all can meet her and things like that, and just I'm the use a politician. But yeah, sometimes, parents, moms, I can't really speak for fathers, but as a mom, you know what I'm saying, you suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder. Like, I have so much anxiety. We already have anxiety raising our children, making sure they're not harmed and they don't get into no trouble, things like that. But when you find out that your daughter is diagnosed as a paranoid schizophrenic and that the issue is in her mind, it's not an outside thing, You can't go knock on no door, and you know, you can't have no conversations with nobody. But it's just you, and you gotta let. It's a mind thing, you know, and you have to reprogram the mind as much as you can, as best as you can, if you can, you know, because that's where the trouble is. It's in the mind. And I don't necessarily believe that at this stage in my, you know, since I've been dealing with this, since she was 19, she's 26. And I don't believe the medication is necessarily the only key. I really believe in the reprogramming of the mind. I really believe it. Because when she was on medication, she was screaming, hollering. She was running down the street. We just, you know, I couldn't console her. She was terrified. But when I took her off the medication and just, you know, start giving her like little positive affirmations and speaking the word over her, she began to change. And she's not completely out of the woods, not by far, but I just know that the mind can be changed. You have a mindset, you can reset the mind, and you can change. And so it's a little work. It's a hard a task, but it's a doable task. You know, I just wish I had more like support, somebody I could talk to, and you know, and just cry to. You know, like I got my kids, you know, but you don't always want to dump your problems on your children. You don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Let your storms be their rain. You know what I'm saying? Your baggage, they luggage. You want to protect them, you know, and so I try to not, even though my children, I have adult children, I don't like to burden them with that. So I appreciate, you know what I'm saying, being able to have a place where I can just share and tell you how I'm feeling. So I'll just try to document how things are going with her and with myself. Share with you guys how, excuse me, I'm so sorry. My nose is running because I'm teary. I'm a big crybaby. But just kind of let you know if y'all would like to see what it's like, you know, in the day-to-day life of the Loctician with a daughter that's a paranoid schizophrenic, and just how I manage, you know what I'm saying, how my day-to-days are. My days are not always good. They're not always bad, you know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, there are days. And I'm just becoming more self-aware of myself and learning how to manage certain situations and viewing things. So even though this is a bad situation, it has taught me a lot. It has matured me. It has made me, it's grown me up as a mother, as a woman, you know, and so I understand a lot. I see a lot. And so now that I'm more aware of what I need to be doing and what I should be doing, that's what I want to do. I want to spend more time, you know, pouring the positive into her and others, other mothers, somebody, you know what I'm saying, might be out here like me, might just need somebody to talk to. Maybe you lost a child, maybe to drugs or some kind of violence. And, you know, because when we told our kids are born, they got 10 toes and fingers, they can hear and see, they healthy. We got a healthy baby girl or boy. We can't imagine that they could develop cancer or become a paranoid schizophrenic or bipolar. You just can't imagine it. I love y'all. Thank you for listening.